How do I make this bigger? Oh, there we go.
Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up, everybody? Y'all, look, I'm solo tonight. Ooh, don't look at my robe, y'all. I'm solo tonight. Well, I'm without my other half, but that's all right. Welcome, everybody. We got a special show for y'all tonight. It's a special edition. I got some amazing ladies joining me tonight. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pay some bills and I'm going to come back. But let me tell y'all, hold on. Let me tell y'all what we're going to be talking about tonight. Healing after infidelity, mastering co-parenting, and then helping you understand that you need to honor your power, your feminine power. Hey, Miss Davis. So I'll be right back. Y'all get ready. Y'all got whatever you drink. Bring it to the atmosphere. Bring it. We're going to have some good conversations. Y'all can ask questions, and I'll pose them to these powerful women, and we're going to help some women out tonight. So y'all make sure y'all share the video too. I'll be right back.
This show is brought to you by We Will Win, where we help couples transform their marriage from unhappy and surviving to a power couple that's thriving. We Will Win also supports that individual that wants to evolve into a better version of themselves. Book your free session today at www.wewillwin.as.me. Never settle for less. Always strive for the best.
It's a new level.
Hey! Are you ready for the first ever Married Chicks Conference that's about to go down? You don't want to miss it because we are about to pour into you and love on you because you deserve it. And trust and believe you're going to leave on a new level.
March 26th, Married Chicks Conference in Baltimore, Maryland. Married chicks, engaged chicks, chicks in relationships. It's going down. We covering everything. Do not miss out because you will be sorry.
Hey, are you ready? Because we are. The Married Chicks is ready for this conference. Let me tell you something. Get ready to laugh, cry, dance, reflect, and really leave so different than when you came. Peace.
Oh, y'all, it's about to be good. I don't know if you have gotten your tickets yet. Baltimore and anywhere on the East Coast, or even if you want to be like me and get in the sky, let's go to Baltimore for the Married Chicks Conference. Yes. Hey, everybody that's showing up. Hey, Miss Shanice. Hey, is it? Ooh, I don't want to mess your name up, Miss Rosetta. And hey, Shatara. All right, y'all. We're gonna have some good conversation on tonight. Let me welcome in my girls, Miss Sophia Cox and Mrs. Venice Moore. These are master spiritual life coaches, therapists. Man, they so dope, y'all. They so dope. So I hope y'all ready. Go on and say what's up to the people, ladies.
Hey.
So glad to be in the couples lounge on a Friday evening. But I heard you tell people to get their drinks. I didn't get one, but I'll see if somebody can give me one. I want to be a part.
Right. Hey, y'all. Happy Friday.
Yes. What's up, Sarita? Hey, Miss Holmes. Yes, this is for the women tonight. We ain't got no men in the building. Mr. Tuck is at the cigar lounge, y'all. So it's just gonna be
but look at this, Pam. I'm in the man cave talking about no men allowed. I jumped off and came in the man cave and said it ain't no men here tonight. It's just us women.
Absolutely. So y'all, we are about to have a deep conversation. I know, and for those of you just tuning in, we're about to be talking about healing from infidelity and mastering the co-parent. Two things that are very, very common in a lot of households. Like, I went to kind of look up the percentages for infidelity, and it's like I don't have to look up no percentages for that, because just the people that's in my surrounding and atmosphere, I can say majority of us have experienced it at some point in our marriage. And when we're going through it, some people choose to stay, some people leave, and it's a wide range of reasons as to why. And so then I know that you have been open about are going to be open about your experience. Now, I don't want you to share your story here, because that's going to
They got to come to the conference to get everything.
Get all that juice at the conference.
Exactly.
You can't get that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to, because I too have personally experienced it. Like my second year in my marriage, I've experienced it. So I want to ask you, when you experienced it, did you feel like it changed you a little bit on the inside?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. It changed my inside, my outside, my everything. I had to dig deep to really crawl and climb myself out of it. And because of the time in which I experienced it, me just being a little bit more mature and going through my journey as a spiritual life coach at the time, that had so much more to do with the growth and the maturity that it took for me to really sit and embrace all that was happening within me and around me.
Yeah. I know when I experienced that, I felt like I had been thrown into a tornado. I ain't never been in no real tornado, but it just felt like you good one day, then something happened, and you good for a year, and then something come up and it triggers you again. Did you experience that?
Oh goodness, yes. I feel like when you experience something as traumatic, because it is trauma, something as traumatic as infidelity, it could bring you to a place of realizing that healing on another level is a journey. You know how people say healing is a journey. You got to go through it to get through it. No, like sometimes it's really like a moment by moment peace that you have to really try to obtain. And it takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of authentic support. And sometimes you just really don't know what to do but to pray and sit through it. You know what I mean? But we're going to go through some steps and some other things at the conference, especially when it comes to forgiveness and how you actually can climb yourself out of this with, knowing and going to a place where knowing the God within you can get you through any and everything. And then also knowing that you still have a choice. You always have a choice as to where you want to go next. And knowing who you are in the process. So for me, it was very eye-opening.
And I hear a lot of women ask that question. How do I get past this? How do I forgive? Like, I want to, but I really don't know how to do it. I think is we can, if you don't, like you saying, crawl out of that, you'll look up 10 years and you are still back where the infidelity happened.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes, and I think I posted this about a week or two ago, I look at any type of healing, especially when it comes to infidelity, even more layers than like a banana peel. I used to say, oh, healing, you got to peel those layers. It's like a banana peel. But to be quite honest with you, when you peel a banana, that just takes like five peels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you done. You know what I mean? No, when you peel some like string cheese, it takes forever. It takes forever. It's a journey. So just really, creating those moment by moments and breath work and really the support of your family and friends and trusted other people in your life who may have gone through something like that. You got to really be careful about who your circle is, because you'll be speaking into, your marriage, really.
Did you feel comfortable? And I, ladies, I want y'all to know this. Those that are tuned in right now, if you have a question, please feel free to type it in. If you've ever joined the Couples Lounge show on Saturday mornings, we'll talk back to you and we'll answer your questions. If we can't push them out, sometimes they're moving a little bit fast. But please feel free, because we want to start that journey of freeing you all of that, because man, that right there does something to your heart. infidelity does something to your heart. And Sophia, do you have anything that you want to add to this piece before I ask Ben something else?
I mean, everything she's saying, I totally agree. People see little colloquial statements on social media. It's cute, but when you really healing, like you're healing the marriage as a unit, but you're still really healing the individual. And what happens is it triggers other things from childhood wounds that you don't even connect. So it's like, yes, this is my spouse, but it's also like, oh, wait, I felt abandoned and neglected from my dad, possibly, or my first boyfriend, or a mother. Like, it don't even have to be a male. So it's so many layers. One of the best Instagram posts, it's like, this is what healing looks like, and it's a smile, and then it's like, no, this is what healing really looks like, and it's like Kimberly Elise snot nose crying, like it goes deep. It's a onion, it's that poly cheese, like it's so many layers. You start seeing your family, your generational pathology type stuff that's like, wait a minute, God didn't put this in me just to restore my marriage. This is to restore generations that's coming behind me. I'm healing generations for my ancestors. Like, it gets deep.
Yeah. And then I'm so glad you said that you were going to do something at the conference to actually give the women the steps of moving to that place of forgiveness and that hurt, because it like so said, if you don't, it affects everything. And I want any woman that's listening to that is struggling with really moving out of it, know that you are not alone in that.
Oh, yeah. Normalize it, and not normalize it, condoning it, but normalize it that you're not the only woman who's experienced it.
Absolutely.
And a taboo kind of thing, like we don't want to talk about it, I don't want to say it, but it's reality.
You don't really realize how much the person next to you has gone through until you start to speak on it. And so many of us have been trained unconsciously and on purpose to not talk about things that they've gone through. And then when you have the courage to really step into your power, which I know you're going to speak more about, Ken, you'll truly be able to really say and see like, wow, this is my sister here, because my sister has shared this same kind of pain, and maybe she could support me in some other tools that could help me. And then I could really support the other sister too, so that they could really realize that it ain't about nobody but them. And that's what I know these women are going to get at this conference, because it really starts and ends with you. Woo. As much as we want to point those fingers, story.
Like, you just saying that, like the power in the energy that's gonna be in that room.
Tell me about it. Y'all better get ready.
And man, it's gonna be lit. Like, I'm like, you for real? We leaving on a new level,
right?
For real. So y'all that are just now tuning in, thank you for joining the conversation with myself, Candace. I didn't know how to take my husband's name off of her. He holding space somewhere for us.
Yeah, he is.
So here, Venice, as we are discussing real talk about real issues, infidelity, and we're going to get to the co-parenting. But then I have one more question. You mentioned before that as you was dealing with the trauma that came with the infidelity, you was also dealing with grief. So what did you learn? What did you realize that was important for you as a wife during that time?
One of the biggest things I had to realize is that you have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself grace, because when you're dealing with like so many heavy hitters at the same time, it can blow you away. It could really, really blow you away. I had to latch on to what I know and who I trusted. And then also, to be quite honest with you, I know, and we'll dig into this a little bit more at the conference, but even my husband, as much as he was probably walking on eggshells at times, he was a big support during that time, because there were times like, when you lose, a parent, and I lost 3 parents in a year years ago, and
for him to have been there and support, that helped. That helped a lot. So it definitely is something. I described it as like feeling like you got hit by a bus. Like that's how painful it all could be all at the same time. And you're doing this while you're a mom. You're trying to work through regular everyday life all at the same time. So, from 2012 when the grief first hit me, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I can say today that I'm very grateful for it all, though. Really, really grateful for the growth and the support. And then my connectedness to God is what truly really brought me through.
That's good. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to hear the story. Whatever she chooses to share, I can't wait for y'all, for you to say where you are right now is a good place. And you like that's powerful. That's powerful. Like
yeah.
That's really powerful. So
it is.
In dealing with infidelity, I would say this: some people choose to stay. Some people choose to stay, work it out, forgive. Some people choose to stay, but they are only staying because they're so afraid of the unknown. Like, I don't know what's out there, so I'm gonna deal with what I know. I know I'm unhappy, I'm miserable, I'm suffering. And then some people truly, they leave. They will decide to leave. So I want to say this to really for that woman. Now, I'm not going to condone divorce, but the word says you can do it for infidelity. So, Sophia, I know you've been married before.
Yes.
So I don't know if that was the reason y'all chose to separate or not, but I wanted to really ask you, like, when y'all made that decision that y'all were going to go y'all separate ways, were you nervous that you would find love? Because did you have kids already at that time?
Yes, we had one kid. She was about 3 years old, and it wasn't due to infidelity. And one thing I, now have grown so much, I love that story because a lot of times people assume that it is infidelity. Honestly, I remember my dad saying, "Is he hitting you?" And I'm like, "Huh? What?" No, because to him, just being raised in the church, he's still, heavily involved in the church. It's like infidelity or abuse. And I was like, no, we really have just grown apart. And we knew that we weren't right for each other. But it was the picture. We went to college. We did everything by the book, right? We purchased a home. We were 25. We were moving young. Soon as I finished grad school, it was like, okay, I'm done with school now. I'm a licensed clinician. Let's have a baby and get a home and get married. And it was like, okay. And we really was kind of trauma bonding, as is such a term that people use, but it was, he didn't have a dad in a home. My dad was involved, but he wasn't in a home. So it was like, yeah, let's make this beautiful. And 3 years in, we were like, I like you, but not like my best friend like you. Like, you cool. So we really, it wasn't even none of that. It was really just deciding this wasn't a good fit for us.
Yeah.
And
so did you think that you would find love again, or were you like?
So I'm gonna be honest, I kind of had that kind of male perspective, like, yo, I did it, I got the t-shirt, I'm good, I don't never need to do it again. Like,
okay,
it's checked off my list. And just having a history of being a perfectionist, it was like, I did it, I'm good. And I reconnected with my first love, who I always said that I would marry. But once that didn't happen, it was like, all right, you need to move on. You can't keep holding on to that story. And once we reconnected, it was like, well, if anybody I would marry, it would be him. And that's what I did. But when your original question is, did I think about all of that? I felt like a failure. Here I was at that time, maybe 28 years old. I'm like, I failed. I let my family down. A wedding is a public display. So a divorce is also a public display. You in front of a judge telling you how things should move. It's very invasive, So it was like, And I remember my grandmother sitting me down and saying, never say that you are a failure. You have your conversation with God and you move accordingly. And that kind of gave me a little bit more oomph to say, okay. And then I'm like, I'm going to do this again. Like, there was so much fear because of so much conversation around me that there was some hesitation, but there was a lot of doubt and embarrassment and shame and guilt that came with it. And even now when people talk about it, they'll call me like, so you've been divorced, so you okay with this? And I'm like, whoa, let's slow down.
Yeah.
Because one of the I saw an interview with Oprah's best friend, Gail, and she said what people fail to realize, and this was powerful. This was before I even got divorced. She said, what people fail to realize, both people could agree to separate and then get in a divorce, but you still forget the process of that grief that comes with that. And the other person who was interviewing her was like, but how? You wanted this, he wanted this. And it's like, but your life changed. You still lose a friend, you lose a partner. And that requires a level of grief that, it took me years, even in a new relationship, openly talking about my current husband about that. Like, this is hard for me. There would be tears. There would be, conversations about it, and having an amazing relationship with my ex-husband. We share a child. There are times that we occasionally talk about it where he gets to process it and so do I. But now 11, 12 years, it's dwindled, but we had to really have some deep conversations in therapy on a spiritual level. It was challenging.
And
So
it's something that you said that I really want to point out, that because for those that don't know, all of us are life coaches and are therapists, and we work with couples. And what baffles me is people that don't want to get help. I don't want nobody to know my business and other. And I'm like, yo, if you get a divorce, people gonna really know your business. And
I was crying.
Let one person know your business, help you out, so y'all can really be happy.
Someone you know, someone you trust and connect with. This lady, she was asking me questions about my child. My child was very new with diagnosis of autism. She had lost all speech at that point, so it was very challenging for us even handling that. And that lady, who to this day I can't even recall her name, was asking me about my child. I started crying in the courtroom. It was cold in there, but yet I was having an anxiety attack. I remember literally my outfit, my stockings was soaking wet, because soon as she started asking those very deep questions, it was like, oh, this is a stranger deciding what's next for me and my family, because he still is family, So it was like, even though we're not going to be together, it's family to me. And we're talking about my child, and it was very challenging. I had several drinks after.
We don't want to talk about the amount of drinks we had during this time.
It was 11 days before my birthday. Like, it went right into, it was not 11, I'm sorry, 7 days before my birthday. It was challenging.
Wow. Yeah, that was challenging. Okay.
And I still feel it, even when I have the thought of the D word pops in my head. I go back there. The way the brain is interconnected, it reminds you, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. That's all that was so powerful. And I hope y'all are really soaking this in, because if you're here today, something is going to be said that resonates with you. I'm just a believer. Nothing is coincidence. And for those of you that are just joining us, make sure that you share the video so that we can help more married chicks or more women that's on their journey to marriage, and just help women heal. Even somebody might be on here that's like, I ain't never doing it again, but still in a healing process. So, Sophia, I want to talk to you about the co-parenting. And you said that your daughter had she's a special needs child. She has
my baby,
And so, did the husband that you're with now, did he have kids as well?
Oh, yes, girl. Yes.
Okay, so how many kids do y'all have between y'all?
So we are a party of 7, but we
Okay.
have 5 kids, right? So here's the breakdown. I
Okay.
came in with 1. He came in with 3. So here we are 4.
Mhm.
And then we decided that we were going to bridge the gap with 1 together.
Okay.
So 5 kids, 3 parents, 3 additional parents.
Okay.
So he has 2 mothers on his end, and I have my ex-husband on my end. So we deep.
Okay. So how was that starting out? Did you, because I've seen some very good situations, great co-parenting, boom, boom, boom. But I don't know what their relationship, what it started like. And I've seen some that no, she can't do my daughter her, some real petty stuff that it's like, and then talking to kids that parents don't realize that the energy that y'all have with each other, it's hurting them kids more than it's hurting the parents. So I want to know, how was it for you starting out, and how did y'all get to the point of mastering that thing? Because I heard you referring to your ex-husband as family.
Yeah. He is, right. They all are. All of those additional parents that I said, in spite of how the relationship looks, they are family to me. In my prayers, in my heart, it's us. So when I say it's 7 deep, it's really 10 deep, including them, right?
Okay.
But it started out shaky, considering. So it wasn't you guys gonna get some of this at the conference, but it wasn't.
Don't give them too much.
Yeah. It wasn't a long period before my ex-husband and my ex and I reconnected. So there was a lot of emotions on all ends. Like, wait, who, y'all back together? Like, how? Because we were together when we were young. So people knew both of our names. So it was challenging. And just even as a mom, being that mama bear, we territorial, right? So it's like, don't be calling nobody mommy, like, I'm your mom. It was intense. And my stepkids were so young. They were 1, 2, and 6. And I mean, if we know anything about psychology as we sit here with other therapists, is that those early ages of development is key. Right? So at 1, he was saying mommy to me. Everybody was mommy. Anyone who had breasts was mommy to him. The 2-year-old as well. The 6-year-old was in that, I'm trying to identify who I am and figure out what's going on. But it was just a very pivotal moment for all of us, so it was really challenging with dealing with 3 other people who had their own perspective about what it should look like, how it's going to look, what you're going to do with this kid, what you're not going to do with this kid. We will be picking up. Somebody won't get there till an hour and 2 hours late, knowing that we had an event at the garden or wherever we were going. It was like, I'm going to pee on the tree and you're going to know that I'm the boss. And then, I'm from Brooklyn, right? So as much as I have all this healing and I'm a spiritual life coach and a clinician of 16 plus years, yeah, there's a hood side, right? So it was
just lay it out there. It's
just put it out there, right? Like, I have skills and tools, but I also kind of will get triggered and pulled too. So there was this bravado that was showing up, like, you don't run nothing over here. So it was really challenging. But what I do appreciate is that every parent loved their kid. And we say things like, I'll do anything for my kid, and our ego shows up first, right? And the way that it was able to shift is because that ego went behind, I love my kid. And my kid feels comfortable with her. I can feel, I don't even know her yet, but my kid comes back with this joy and this light about this person. So that the ego started to take the back seat. And I felt like that's when we started to see a shift, where it was like, there was an aha moment for everybody at a slow pace. It wasn't a microwave. It was really a crock pot situation. Everybody was brewing and still brewing at their own pace.
And I love that the mothers ended up getting that and not allowing the ego to even get bigger, because I've seen it working in education. That
it was attempting. Don't get it wrong.
And and then you written that she really putting salt on your name because my kid really like you, versus saying like, oh, like, okay, she loved you like that. Then I don't know, can you relate to this in any way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I lived in Maryland for a few years before I moved to Connecticut. So when I moved to Connecticut, my son was 2. I mean, literally the week I moved, he turned 2. So he is 14 now. And I write about this in my last 2 books on how important it is to pray for those other parents, even if you don't like them.
Yeah.
Because there were points and times, and it could, you know, go different places depending on the year, right? But there was times that I had to be honest with myself and say, I don't like this person, but this person is my family and I love them. And this person is a part of my child. So I had to humble myself and be intentional about really praying to really try to bridge that gap. And to be honest with you, it definitely shifted things. But then I had to realize as my child got older, there's different things that could trigger other things. And then I had to be intentional again. You know what I mean? And realize like, wait a minute, we don't got to be best friends. But I have to realize that at the end of the day, this is family. So I'm just going to continue to pray for this person. And then I'm also a bonus mom too. So my bonus son is 9. He's 9 now. I've been in his life since he was 5 months old. So like, and I love his mom. It wasn't always like hunky dory, but from the beginning, and that's just my personality anyway, I just was intentional about praying before this kid was even born. I was praying for her and her womb and this child before he came into this world. So everything else fell into place over years. It took years. And as much as I wanted it to be like, so, okay, we're going to work this out kind of thing. I wanted it to be a microwave, but it's not always on your timing. It's not, it really isn't. And I had to accept that. And I'm still learning that to this day.
Okay. And so I want to know, at the conference, are you going to be giving like other tools and things that they can do to bridge these gaps with the other set of parents? Is that something that you're going to offer, or, you know, at the conference in some type of way?
Absolutely. Right. So, you know, one of the little takeaways that I'm giving now just for people who are joining us is everything starts with you. The marriage, the motherhood, the step parenthood, whatever, it all starts with you. So there will definitely be tools, because one of the best things that I had to learn, and it got louder and louder, is you have no control over nothing else but you. And I was trying to control other household, control other parents, telling them what they can and can't do over here. And once I got to the place of really understanding the principle of surrender, it changed for me. And once it changed for me, then that spews into everybody else I'm connected to.
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to ask this question. What is your opinion on your ex-husband's new wife asking your child to call them mother or mom?
So you know, I went through that, and I'm saying we, like my husband is here, right? But we went through that. The oldest was 6 then, and we got married. She was still probably 6, 7 at that time, and she was the one who was like, "Oh, you're my stepmom, so I just call you mom." And I was like, oh, wait a second. And you know, the gift with me was I also was a mother, right? So that kind of gave me a different level of insight that helped me support what it really felt like, just having empathy for the other mothers, opposed to not having any kids and just going in like, sure, call me mom. And I said, you know, you get one, and she is special to you. So that mom, give that to her. But let's come up with something cute for us, because I'm special to you too. I do not want to negate that. But let's leave mommy just to her. And it was challenging because she took that as rejection.
Who
And I
did?
had no idea.
The
That's what I'm
daughter?
telling you. Yes, spiritual life coaching and that clinical work. Some things you just can't prepare for. You got to go through it and just work your way to it, because I had that calculated. Like, all right, I'm going to say this. I had it moving. And she went back and said to her grandmother, she doesn't want me to be her daughter. And I was heartbroken. Like, I ain't have a script for that part.
Right.
I had no script for that part. And, you know, I had to go back and redo that piece. But I thought that was ironclad, and it wasn't. So I do feel that, you know, there's one person who brings you into this world, regardless if it's through your womb, adoption, whatever. And I feel like it is sacred. You know, it's given for a reason. So if my ex-husband remarried, I would say the same thing in that way. You know, like, that's mine. You know, let me keep mine. But I have no problem with any other nice word that you guys come up with that you guys all agree with. But mine, give me mine. Mine is mommy.
And that is a way of looking at it, even like just a different name that means mom. But I'm being honest, and I have said to women, because I've had like women, like when I definitely was in the school system with this question, and my thing is, because I knew it felt like somebody is taking my place.
Yeah.
And I had to let them know, can't nobody take mama place. I don't care if they do call people mama.
Exactly. That part too.
Take mama's place. Like, yes, I love my mother-in-law to death. And I call my mother-in-law mama. But my mama is still my mama. You know, she's still the one that birthed me. So for the women out there that are struggling with, well, my kid, you know, they won't, if your kid wants to, I don't know. I wouldn't, now, if the mom is trying to make them call them that.
Yeah, that's
like,
different.
That's a whole other vibe. Like, the kid is like, no, I don't want to. But I don't think a mother should be like, you better not be over there calling her mama this, because it just put kids in a confused state, especially if they're young. So mothers out there know this. Can't nobody take your place. Can't nobody. Mama is, man, that mama's space, can't nobody take it. And I've seen horrible, what I would say, like, you're not a good mama. And when I say kids will still, they'll say they ain't a good mama, but they still love their mama.
You can be a crackhead.
It don't matter. You can be, a
system could put you in the ideal house, big house, your own room. And it's like, they will sneak out, run away, and go back to 10 people in that apartment to lay on the floor with their mama.
Yes.
You are unmatched. And that was one of the things that I had shared. Like, even if I wanted to, I could not ever replace who you are to them. And so once you realize that we're not even in a competition in the first place, it makes the scene totally different. You don't need to be on a tree with me. One, I'm not in competition with you, and you'll win anyway.
Yeah, every time.
Always.
You can still crack right in front of them, and you still gonna win.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And the same thing goes for grandmothers, though, because we are in our prime, right? But we know we're going to be grandmothers one day. So then there will be a time in which you have to decide what these children are going to call the grandmother. And my mother-in-law, love her to death, at the end of the day, she has a lot of grandchildren. Some are bonus grandchildren. Some are through like step grandchildren. There's no step, definition in our home and family, but they all call her BB. All of them. So that is no like, okay, this one calls her grandma, this one calls her this. It's just all BB, and it's all love.
Yeah.
I know. I say to my even nieces and nephew, I know I'm the top aunt. I know you got 7, but I'm the top aunt. Like,
right.
Because I'm just not in competition.
Yeah,
absolutely. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So we're gonna pay a bill. We got one more. We want to show y'all this again for those that are just tuning in, and we're gonna come back and talk about the power of a woman. We'll be right back.
It's a new level.
Hey,
Hey, are you ready for the first ever Married Chicks Conference that's about to go down? You don't want to miss it because we are about to pour into you and love on you because you deserve it. And trust and believe you're going to leave on a new level.
March 26th, Married Chicks Conference in Baltimore, Maryland. Married chicks, engaged chicks, chicks in relationships. It's going down. We covering everything. Do not miss out because you will be sorry.
Hey, are you ready? Because we are. The Married Chicks is ready for this conference. Let me tell you something. Get ready to laugh, cry, dance, reflect, and really leave so different than when you came. Peace.
All right. We are back. Let me tell y'all something. Like, the anticipation that I have for this event is so high. I'm glad that I am the last one on this on the show today because I've been there, gave all my stuff away. That's how excited I am. So
No, I was hyped when I saw that flyer. Every time I see that flyer, I'm like I've never seen it before.
Right. Yeah, and so I am glad I am at the end, so y'all are only going to get a little bit for real, and I'm going to bring them in even to discuss this with me, but I just want women to know, because I started out originally saying that I was going to talk about women not losing your voice in your marriage, because so many times as women, we suppress, for whatever reason. I know sometimes it's because of what we believe submission is, and we talk about this on the Couples Lounge show, that I think a lot of us, like our age group, and definitely older, has this thought about submissiveness, and it's not, I gotta obey my husband. That is like not what submissive is. The Bible only says obey for slaves and children, never for a wife. And so I think like that's the mind frame that some women are in. So, I can't say nothing. I gotta be quiet. And what I came to learn is how powerful we are. It's like God, the only time God said in them 7 days that it wasn't good was when Adam was by himself. Like, yo, this ain't good right here. I got to get him somebody because this right here is not good. Let me go on and put you to sleep, homeboy, and let me get this rib up out of you so I can create this woman that you gonna need. Help, mate. They need us, so we cannot afford to not use our voice. So that's how my piece started off, and then I started just digging, and like, as a woman, we got a whole bunch of power. And when we don't use our voice, the marriage is not balanced. It's not balanced. And we leave him to his devices. And I don't even think husbands realize, most of them, I give it to some of them get it. They eventually will get it. That like, yo, I better honor this woman. Like, oh no, my wife is dope. My wife helped me with this. She helped me realize that. But then the marriages that are struggling, that husband don't really know how powerful his wife is and really what she brings to the table with her wisdom. With her wisdom. So women, let me tell you something. You are powerful. You are needed. Your voice, your insight. He might not agree. This is for me where the submission come in. I'm going to offer you what I see, what I think, and you get to do with it what you want to do with it. Because God gonna hold you accountable. He holding you accountable for me and these kids. So if you out there making decisions because you being ego-driven, selfish, you gotta answer to God. You have to, but I'm gonna let you know, because it's like when we don't do what God has called us to do, then we're not honoring our role. We're not honoring it by being quiet, not saying nothing. I gave you to him for a helpmate. to help him out. And so it's that, and some of this I'm gonna talk about at the conference of, I was reading Mama Ia's book, Spirit of a Man, and she was talking about how the man is the son. That's what everybody sees. They're powerful, they're strong, their demeanor, they build. That's who everybody sees. The woman is the moon. Y'all, she had me digging into the moon, and the moon do what with the waves? Like, wait, what? I didn't even know. And like I said, I get deeper into it at the conference, but the one thing I took away from that was both moon and sun have a job, and they don't interfere with each other. And the woman, the moon, is operating at night where everybody sleep.
What that tell you?
I don't even know.
That's why I can't sleep now.
Right.
Husbands cannot even realize how we move and make everything happen like we make it happen.
Yep.
If my husband knew what my day looked like, what I gotta take care of, how, oh yeah, boom, boom, and it's moving effortlessly, and you have no
Effortlessly.
If you think about the stuff that women can do that don't nobody know, that the husband don't know, and if she go out of town and she say, "Oh, you gotta do this, this, this," I gotta do what? Mine used to send our kids to his mama then when I go out of town. What? But you go out of town and I'm holding it
Or
down.
you doesn't call say, you put the what's the teacher name again? What's the drop off line for the school? Like,
what time is this? What time I gotta go to this activity? Yeah, all of that.
Hey, and so it was just like, and that's how women do. We're moving at night. Everything is, we just doing our thing like we're supposed to do. And they don't have to know, and we don't have to be in competition with each other because we both serve in a purpose and a role. Him as the man, as the husband, me as the wife, as the mother, and as the woman. So it was just like, I really want women to leave this conference understanding their power. Understanding, and I share some of that with y'all today about the wisdom, and my God, like, y'all, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna
y'all
be.
Better get ready, because y'all have no idea what we bringing.
Man.
I mean, even as you said that, Candace, it reminds me of the question of just who are you, right? And when people usually ask, who are you? You give the roles that you play. I'm a therapist, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter. And it's like, that's the roles you play. But who are you? And never forget who you are in the midst of the roles that you play.
Exactly. At your core.
You talk about that feminine power, all it reminds me of remembering and discovering, because sometimes it's that journey that was talking about earlier, right? So sometimes you don't know. We watch things in life and we exploring, but we don't really know who we are, right? But we get caught up in the roles, and then it starts to diminish who you are. And then before you know it, 30, 40, 50, you forget that power that you have because you can't even identify who you are.
Yeah.
And that's so true. And we ain't gonna give it all away, but we know now that there's power in presence. Because when we're able to really sit and be present, because things could get messy, things could be like a roller coaster, things we want to be so quick to throw in the microwave. But when we really sit, just like as Candace said, we could really hone in to that power.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's the core. It's the core of us.
So we the moon. I'm the harmony of my home, right? So if I identify who I am, and I acknowledge my feminine power, I really run this show.
Yeah. And we don't got to tell them.
And not run it like, now you submissive in a negative connotation way, but I really am the harmony, the love, and the light of this domain.
Absolutely.
But I only can really get into that once I tap into me.
And see, mine used to always, he was like, I hate when people say happy wife, happy life. It's
I'm
both.
trying to say the same thing.
I really started digging into this feminine power thing. I get where that comes from because, like you're saying, Sophia, as we are the heart of this house. And if the heart is broken with infidelity, with abuse, and all of that other stuff, if the heartbeat is broke, it's gonna affect everything because the heart ain't pumping right, the heart ain't moving right. But if that heart is happy and it's got a nice beat, baby, everybody feel that love.
Everything.
And it's just, oh my God. Yeah, like it matters to know who you are. This is what I do know. Is the women that come to this conference, when they go home, they gonna be like, oh,
listen, baby.
She walking in.
No, because Kim, tell them. Once you know who you are, everything changed. That sex change, your cooking change,
everything.
Change. You show up like so. It's not just on a little level. They like. No, who are you? You know how somebody want to play the alter ego? Here this new version comes. She dropping it different.
Yeah, real different.
Because I'm gonna speak for Candace, because it's gonna affect the bedroom as well.
Everything. Because you move different. You walk different. You hear different. Everything is different. So you just got a little extra oomph. You got a little extra oomph. Yeah.
It's a peace with that thing. Knowing who you are. And like y'all was saying, like it starts with you. When you have that peace, know who you are. When you step in the room, in the place, it's just certain stuff that don't even bother you no more.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. Because I know who I am.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times I done said that in the midst of a conflict that was about to go down. I'm not concerned about that.
Then that throws that man off. Like,
why is she not going back and forth about that? She's just leaving it alone.
Then it's like I'm scared. Like, what's she about to do? She gonna pack up? Like, how come she's so calm like this? Because it's like that doesn't move me anymore.
Absolutely. So somebody said, when is the conference? So this is when the conference is, y'all. And we wanted to give y'all, this show was to give y'all just a little bit of what this is. Y'all see the personalities. It ain't gonna be no sit and get
nothing cute about it.
Lit from 10 to 4. Oh, look, not even 4. 10 to 4.
Right.
We're gonna be lit. We're gonna be learning. We're gonna be growing. As Ben said, we're gonna be dancing. We're gonna be pouring into y'all. You might cry a little bit. The sisterhood and the fellowship is gonna be so powerful in that place. It is going down in Baltimore, Maryland on March the 26th at the Doubletree. Y'all gotta get your tickets because y'all know with the whole everything that's going on, we do have a limited amount. Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you be in the place.
Yes.
If you can drive, I'm telling y'all, it will be worth the flight. Make it a girls' trip.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I heard a couple of people say so far. Like, it's 4 of us getting in the car together. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. Like, one of the things that I'm so excited, and not just because I'm in partnership with these dope sisters of mine, but it's real, right? You know, just as a therapist, and I have been to CEU trainings, I've been to different conferences, I've been places, and it's just someone telling me the concepts that they've got from Gottman or, you know, some textbook. Like, what makes this more experiential kind of conference is because we're talking about real life stuff that we've experienced, how we have healed or healing, how we have grown personally, spiritually, or elements of who we are. That you can't take that for granted, because sometimes it's like, I want to hear that. I don't want to sit across from somebody who's just telling me something from a book. Tell me some life experiences. And you got it. You got it.
Yeah, you're going to get it. Seriously. Be ready.
Yeah.
I hope y'all ready.
Ben, what you got to say to the people?
Listen, I just need y'all to get these tickets and be ready to just fellowship with us, because we are excited to be with you all, you know. And at the end of the day, just remember, you're going to walk out knowing so much more about who you are, and you're not going to be able to look back. Trust.
Yes.
Seriously.
Forever changed.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Mhm.
Look, I know we only got 5 minutes, but do y'all ever experience this? Y'all, hold on. I'm about to have a moment with my sisters. And y'all had this moment where you like, because you know it now, you can't go back. Like, I know I can't do this. Like, God.
No, it's like,
Sometimes I want to go back. I just told y'all I'm from Brooklyn.
right,
There's a
listen.
one side. I want to go back, and Holy Spirit be like, I wish you would.
It's not. That's what the guys be saying.
Gonna be tomorrow. You gonna now be praying in your closet for 30 days, and you don't have to. Just do what I'm whispering in your ear. Once you know,
you can't go back.
See how they say ignorance is bliss. I get it.
Yeah,
I really get that statement now.
Because we thought we knew, because we dope anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So we was walking around like we got this. We counselors, we therapists, we, you know, no, sweetheart. When you get down and dirty into the grit of who you really are and your connectedness and your power, it's similar to childbirth. It was a rebirth.
Oh man.
Because your heart beat differently after you give birth. But when you go through that different birthing process, it's forever changed.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I am trying to get you this link. Do y'all remember the link by heart?
Wait.
I know it's bit.ly, but I don't know if it's .com.
I'll send it to you.
Hold on, you can just tell it. They're asking what it is right now. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find the flyer. Okay,
it's bit.ly, bit.ly/married chick, CHIC.
Okay, that's what I put. Okay, let me try it. Let me put it right here. Yeah, it's on Eventbrite. If you don't know, you can go to Eventbrite, type in Married Chicks, and you'll see the event. Y'all, I am ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And this is just the beginning.
We chose Baltimore because that is where we all met. So it is all of us going back to the place in which we met each other. So the energy, the vibe, oh my God. Mm-hmm. And then y'all gonna get to hear the story of even how married chicks evolve.
Right. Ken said, I just saw a link that came up on WhatsApp. I was like, married chick? Is this for me? And we've been locked in and loaded ever since.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good, guys. And I don't co-sign a lot of things, but I feel like I do not want you to miss out on this and then be calling me after saying when's the next one. And it will be, but we can't promise when that's gonna be. So make sure you're there. Be a part, because it's connection. We, as you can see now, we're all about connecting. So even you being in the audience, you connected with us forever.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about the experiential, you really get to y'all will find out, like, we are very transparent. Like, we just gave a little bit right now, but we are very transparent. And to be able to be like, and to see the sister that you sit next to can relate to what you talking about, because we all connected. And every woman that is in that room is supposed to be in that room with everybody that's in that room.
It's true.
So we're going to give y'all a little hint. So we do this thing when you can relate, we raise our hand. Like, oh, I felt that.
It's going to be a lot of that.
I felt that. I'm just giving you a little tip. So you already know when you get there, like, oh, she already told me, raise my hand, because you all can relate. We all can relate. We're women.
Because we're all connected. Whether people want to accept it or not, we truly are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and give y'all a little plug too. That there will be some. You'll have a Q&A to ask the questions to help you understand your husbands just a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. That's
you're gonna be able to ask questions not to other women, but to a man's panel to help you understand your husband
Mm-hmm.
a little better. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, y'all.
It is. I feel it. We got about a little more than a month, and
Yeah.
every day I'm waking up with a different level of excitement, something else I want to share. And just the way the universe and God works is things is unfolding in front of us to even have even more to share with you guys.
Yes, exactly.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Look at Mr. Tuck chiming in. Hey, sexy. Is the girl? Is she married? Boy, yeah, I'm married. I'm married. My husband ain't here, but I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
she is.
thank you for sharing this platform. Thank you for your vulnerability and opening up about the healing from infidelity and what it took to master that co-parent thing, to just put your ego out. We do a somebody should have told me moment at the end of our show, and so I'm gonna do that real quick. The takeaway that I would want y'all to, but y'all take away what y'all want to take away with it. But what I heard was Sophia saying, put your ego behind the love that you have for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Put the ego behind. And from then, understanding that once you can come through on the other side of infidelity, it's not going to take you out if you don't let it take you out.
Mm-hmm.
It won't, because I know if you in the middle of infidelity at this moment, it's heavy. So if you heard her say that where I am right now today, like I'm so much better, know that you can come out of it, and you will come out of it if you want to come out of it.
Absolutely.
If you want to. Yeah. So thank y'all for this time.
Thank you for having us, and I look forward to seeing you guys March 26th. Be there.
And we'll have our husbands back here on March
in a few weeks.
12th. It'll be a Saturday morning.
Yeah,
the husbands will be on with us, and we're gonna cut up a little bit with
oh
them.
boy, get ready.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
All right.